Hi, Russell here with SP, and today we're going to be covering how to set the bolt speed adjuster on your Shocker RSX. Before we get started, we're going to need a couple things. First and foremost, we're going to need good quality paint that's well bore matched. So in this case, we got our Freak barrel and some GI 4-star that we've already paint barrel matched. What you're looking for in a paint barrel match is for it to go into the barrel bore, not fall out, and not get stuck, and then be able to be blown out kind of like a blowgun. So just like that. So we already have a good paint barrel match. Next thing, we're going to confirm that our dwell is set to 18 milliseconds. If you're curious on how to do that, go ahead and watch our other video on board breakdown and run through, and I'll show you how to make those adjustments. Finally, we're going to set our velocity screw very, very low. So we're going to lower the input pressure, and we're going to turn out our bolt speed screw. So we're going to screw that out from the frame. So when you're adjusting your bolt speed screw, you can actually adjust that all the way out for right now. So you're actually going to unscrew it until it comes to a rest against the frame. Now, it won't fall out. You can't screw it out of the frame. So just go ahead and back it out till it stops. Now you're fully out. Velocity adjustment, we're going to turn it down almost completely using our Allen key, reaching into the silver adjuster inside and turning it down. If you're curious which way's down, which way's up, make sure you check your quick start manual. It shows you with arrows and directions so you don't get confused. Now that we've confirmed our dwell is at 18, our input pressure is very, very low, and our bolt speed screw is completely in the out position, we're ready to get started. To move on, you're going to need a chronograph, that same good paint, a goggle, barrel bag, and an air source. So let's go ahead and move on to that section. All right, now we have the marker set up to fire. We don't use a tank here. We're going to use our input line from our compressor. This is preset to 800 PSI. Our recommended input pressure for the Shocker RSX is anywhere between 550 and 850 PSI. So this is going to give us an optimal pressure to test at. For players out there using our marker, if you're using anything less than 550 PSI, you may experience some shoot down, or you may not be able to reach 300 feet per second. So that's one of the reasons why we recommend that 550 to 850 range. So now we're starting with our bolt speed screw adjusted completely out and our regulator turned down fairly low. So let's go ahead and get a baseline chrono speed here. So our baseline chrono speed is pretty low, so we're going to go ahead and turn it up from there. We're going to keep working our way up. So now that we're in the 290s, we're going to go ahead and start to adjust our bolt speed screw. What we're going to be looking for is a drop of about 25 to 30 feet per second. And that's, again, we're only adjusting the bolt speed screw. So that's what we're looking for, is that velocity drop. So to adjust your bolt speed, you're going to take an 050 Allen key and insert it into the small hole just above the trigger guard. You're going to turn in until you see that velocity drop. Now every marker is a little bit different. So we don't have a preset, turn from bottom that we can offer to everybody. So that's why we suggest that if you're going to tune your marker, you do it this way, very methodical, and get it set up just right. So we've already taken some turns in on this marker. So we're going to take a look at where the chrono is before it's dialed in, when it's turned in too tight, and then backing it back off. So reset our chronograph here. There's a clearing shot. So we're above that threshold, the bolt speed's still plenty high. So let's go ahead and turn it in to show you how much of a drop you'll get once that bolt reaches the cutoff. So we did another half turn there, and you see that big drop down to 240s. So we had it almost dialed in before we started here. Now we need to dial it back out. So we're going to back it out here because a half a turn was in the 280s, and another quarter turn brings us back up above that. So we should see something in the 290s on this one. All right, so now we have the bolt speed just about dialed in. Obviously here at the factory we'd shoot a little bit more paint through it, but you don't need to watch that in the video. So there you go, that's how to set up your bolt speed the way we do it at the factory.